look in the mirror, and you don't even recognize the woman looking back at you anymore. Her eyes are hollow-like to dark, walls with no light reflecting from their depths. Her shoulders are slumped under the weight of things she can't name, unpaid bills unanswered, texts, the silent judgment of friends who think she should just get over it. The reflection doesn't smile back, it just stares glassy and still like a paused video. And you wonder, when did my life become this heavy? When did waking up feel like lifting a boulder from my chest? The chest tightens at 3 a.m. sharp, and sudden like a fist squeezing from the inside. The bills are stacked on the kitchen counter, a tower of paper that seems to grow taller every week, despite your best efforts to ignore them. The numbers blur together. Rent, car payment, student loans, medical debt. Each line a reminder that abundance isn't just out of reach. It's been locked behind a vault you can't crack open. The mind races like a hamster on a wheel that never stops spinning, replaying the same loop. I should have known better. I should have saved more. I should have said no. You've prayed, you've worked overtime, you've tried everything. But the universe still feels silent. The 1111s keep flashing on your phone, taunting you with their symmetry. But the message isn't getting through. Why can't you catch a break? Why does wealth feel like a locked door with no key? I know the weight you carry. I've felt the same tightness in my chest, the same suffocating pressure that makes it hard to breathe. I've stared at my reflection for a.m. wondering where the woman I once knew had gone. The same sleepless nights where your mind replays every mistake you've ever made, late payments, missed opportunities, the time you said yes when you should have said no. The same feeling that you're running as fast as you can, but the finish line keeps moving further away like a mirage in the desert. This isn't just stress, this is a prison. And the bars aren't made of metal, they are made of frequencies, like the slave wave frequencies, like beta, the frantic, chaotic energy of struggle that keeps you trapped in the cycle of like, no matter how hard you work or how much you sacrifice, this isn't your fault. You weren't born to live like this. The modern world has done something terrible to your brain. It has shrunk the organ that connects you to God, to abundance, to the flow of life. It's called the hippocampus, the God organ. And when it shrinks, you can't hear the frequency of wealth anymore. You can't feel the universe conspiring in your favor. You're biologically cut off from your birthright. You're like a radio dial, stuck on static, unable to tune into the station that plays the music of prosperity. Studies have proven this. Chronic stress and financial trauma literally shrink the hippocampus. It's not a metaphor. It's not a spiritual idea. It's neuroscience. And when it happens, you lose access to the theta wave, the billionaire brain wave, the frequency of genius, creativity, and effortless creation. You're stuck in beta, the slave wave, the frequency of struggle, of bills, of endless work with no reward, of the feeling that no matter how much you earn, it's never enough, of the exhaustion that comes from trying to outrun a system designed to keep you in your place. Powerful organizations have known about this for decades. The CIA studied these frequencies in the 1950 under programs like MKUltra. They called it mind control, but what they were really studying was the key to abundance, the frequency that unlocks the door to wealth, to flow to the life you were meant to live. They called it the theta wave, and they suppressed it because when people wake up to this frequency, they stop being slaves to the system. They stop chasing paychecks that barely cover their needs. They stop believing that struggle is the only path to success. And that's a threat to the status quo. The deep reason you are going through this pain is specifically because of your shrunken hippocampus. That is the root cause. The hippocampus isn't just a memory center. It's your antenna to the divine. It's the part of your brain that feels the universe's whisper. It's the part that knows deep down that you are worthy of abundance. But when it's damaged by years of stress, trauma, and financial pressure, that connection is severed. You're left with a brain that's wired for survival, not for thriving. And survival mode doesn't attract wealth, it repels it. So if you want to start changing this reality today by simply regrowing this connection with a sound wave, then click the link in the description right now and change your life today. Because the solution isn't just positive thinking, it's not just manifestation, it's not just grinding harder, it's healing the damage that's been done to your brain so you can finally tune into the frequency of abundance. Now, to understand how we truly heal this, you must know the difference between the two brain waves. Beta is the frantic energy of the poor. No, I'm not saying people in poverty are weak or unworthy. Poverty is a systemic issue, not a personal failure. But the frequency of beta is the sound of a heart racing, of hands shaking, when the overdraft notice arrives, of a mind stuck in what ifs and regrets. What if I had taken that job? What if I had invested earlier? What if my parents hadn't made those mistakes? It's the frequency of the hamster wheel, of the endless cycle of struggle, of the feeling that no matter how hard you work, the bills will always win. Theta, on the other hand, is the calm flow of the wealthy. It's not about how much money they have, it's about the state of their mind. Theta is the sound of a river moving effortlessly, bending around obstacles instead of crashing into them. It's the sound of a mind at peace, trusting that the universe will provide. When you're in theta, money appears when you least expect it, like a refund you forgot about showing up in your bank account, or a client reaching out just when you needed it. Most opportunities align without force. Intuition guides you like a compass pointing north, helping you make decisions that feel effortless and right. You don't have to work harder, you just have to be in the right frequency. Let me tell you about Sarah. She was a nurse working 60-hour weeks, barely making ends meet, constantly stressed about paying for her son's therapy after his autism diagnosis. She tried meditation, affirmations, even a side hustle, selling essential oils. Nothing worked. The money never lasted. The stress never faded. Then she found the 7-minute sound ritual. Within 3 days, she got a call from a former patient who offered her a private duty nursing position with double her usual pay within a week. A check arrived in the mail for $1,200 money. She didn't even know she was owed from an old insurance claim. She didn't apply for either of these things. They just appeared because her brain was finally tuned to the frequency of abundance. But here's the brutal truth. You can't just wish your way into theta meditation works for some people, but not for most. Why? Because the stress of modern life has made the hippocampus too damaged to respond to slow practices. The brain isn't a computer you can reprogram with positive thoughts alone. It's a living organ that has been physically altered by years of financial trauma. It needs a reset button. It needs something that works at a biological level. You need a sound wave that can penetrate the damage and restore your natural state. This isn't about listening to ocean sounds or spa music for relaxation, though those have their place. This is about a precise frequency that stimulates the hippocampus, repairs the neural pathways that have been worn down by stress, and reopens the channel to theta. It's about giving your brain the exact stimulus it needs to remember what abundance feels like. This is where the ancient secret of abundance meets modern science. The 7-minute sound ritual is a frequency that has been tested by thousands of people. It doesn't ask you to believe it, doesn't ask you to work harder. It simply asks you to listen for 7 minutes to a sound wave designed to stimulate the hippocampus and restore your theta state. The rhythm is subtle but powerful, like a drum beat that syncs with the natural oscillations of your brain. It's not a placebo, it's not a gimmick, it's a biological intervention. People who use this ritual report miracles, not in the sense of magic tricks, but in the sense of biology finally working in their favor, money flowing in within days, sudden clarity on their life purpose, like the time a teacher quit her job after listening to the ritual and launched a business that now earns 6 figures, stress melting away like it was never there, like the single mom who stopped having panic attacks after her 3rd session. Synchronicities becoming so frequent they stop feeling like coincidence, like the freelance writer who started getting job offers from places she'd never heard of, all within a week of starting the ritual. It's not magic, it's biology. It's the science of abundance finally working for you instead of against you. The hippocampus is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And the 7-minute sound ritual is like a workout for your brain's abundance receptor. It's not about positive thinking, it's about positive feeling. It's about retraining your brain to expect wealth, to trust in flow, to know that you are supported by the universe. But you have to be open to it. You have to accept that the struggle isn't your fault, that the universe isn't against you, that the key to freedom isn't more hard work, it's healing the damage that's been done to your brain. It's restoring the connection that was stolen from you. It's about remembering that you were born with the right to thrive, not just survive. Let me tell you about Mark. He was a contractor in his 50s, drowning in debt. After a failed business venture, he'd wake up at 2 a.m. with his heart pounding, replaying every mistake he'd ever made. He tried everything: budgeting, side jobs, even therapy. Nothing stuck. Then he started the 7-minute sound ritual. Within 2 weeks, he got a call from an old client who needed a major renovation done in 2 weeks, paying triple his usual rate. Then a week later, he found $800 cash in an old jacket pocket he hadn't worn in years. He didn't manifest those things by thinking positive thoughts. His brain was finally able to receive them because it had been rewired to expect abundance instead of. Like the sound wave is waiting for you at the link. It's not a product, it's a blessing, a tool of liberation, a way to finally step out of the prison of struggle and into the flow of abundance. It's time to stop running on the hamster wheel. It's time to step into the life you were meant to live. I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. But remember, the people who control the system, the banks, the corporations, the institutions that profit from your struggle, they want you stuck in beta. They want you tired. They want you desperate. Because a stressed, overwhelmed brain makes poor decisions. It signs contracts without reading them. It takes jobs it hates. It stays in relationships that drain it. It spends money it doesn't have on things it doesn't need. And every time you do that, they win. But when you restore your theta frequency, you stop playing their game. You start making decisions from a place of clarity and trust. You start attracting opportunities that align with your worth. You start feeling the universe conspiring in your favor. It's time to heal your hippocampus. It's time to restore your theta wave. It's time to watch the universe finally start to work in your favor. You deserve this ease. You deserve this peace. You deserve this abundance. The sound wave is waiting. Click now.